Okay, everybody, it's Dennis at orangequant.com. Today is Friday, December 27, 2019. And I want to ask you a very personal, kind of personal question. And that is this a familiar sound to you? Have you ever heard this sound before? Please listen carefully. So tell me, do you recognize that sound? No? Well, maybe let's take another listen to it, huh? Ah, now you recognize it. It's the sound of somebody like you or me blowing up their account. And it is not funny. It is a crime against the universe and against yourself. It should never have happened, and hopefully it never will happen to you again, or to me. We simply have to learn from this stuff and not do it again. We got to take it seriously, but in the meantime, while you work or do whatever you do to reload your account, here's one way you can feel better about yourself instead of the nitwit that blew up the account. And that's a useful thing. But first, the orangequant disclaimer: trading is risky. Risk no more than you can afford to lose. Do your own due diligence. Always use stop losses, not mental stops, but hard stops hardwired into your trade. And here's the legal disclaimer with these precious words. Please read with great reverence and piety. Pause the video. Okay, you just blew up your account. What do you do now to feel more like a playa? Now, remember this and this from last couple of videos or last few videos? Alright, what you're going to be doing in order to kind of get your metal back on is you're going to buy either 2 puts or 2 calls. Do not mix and match. Because if you mix and match, you will antagonize the statistics gods out there, and they shall punish you severely, most severely. Now, this one we're looking at now, the outcome that you could expect is not going to be that 83.3% success rate. In reality, it'll be somewhere down around maybe 60 or 50% even. In other words, if you buy 2 calls on this basis, you should expect that one of them is going to be a loser and one would be a winner. This is due partly to the parameters that we've selected for what you see here, which is $2 to $100. You aren't going to be optioning anything down there by $2. Your scan would be for like 10 or 14 bucks and up. And that would dramatically modify your outcome. So, the 50 moving average crossing above the 200 moving average, that's what you want to scan for. And then you want to use a parameter like 10 or 14 bucks all the way up to 100 or 200 bucks. And what you would then do is buy, using whatever scraps of cash are left in your blown up account, 1 or 2 calls on each of the stocks that you found. Now those calls should be within 2 steps of being at the money. So it could be at the money or just 1 step away. And the contracts you choose should still have at least a couple of weeks left to run on them, so that time decay or theta doesn't hurt you too badly. And what you'll do is hold these for a couple days. And presumably you'll come out with a profit and feel more like a scientific pro, a real playa. Now if you decide to go the puts route, then obviously you would want to pick, or you would scan for, where price has crossed below the 10 MA, which is the opposite of what you see here. That's actually illustrating price crossing above the 10. And the same issues about the parameters of price would apply as I just talked about a minute ago. and that would naturally affect your outcomes. In other words, what we're looking at here is, and I'm just guessing, I haven't actually run this part of it, but I'm just guessing that that 5.2% win ratio implies roughly a 95% loss ratio, which means it should be good for puts. But do your own due diligence, do a little analysis on your own. Alright, so the same strategy, you pick a couple of stocks and you would buy accordingly, just as I described in the other one. Alrighty, and while we are on this subject, those are not bad strategies for after you do build up your account to real money again. And please be careful so that this does not happen to you again. I'm Dennis at orangequant.com. Have a great weekend.